field, doing things to clear and cleanse your energy field and practice as well. But because of, it's almost like there's a lot of slow moving energy, this Mercury retrograde in Cancer, that we're being literally asked to move slowly. And so for some of it's like, I wanted this changed yesterday, I need it tomorrow, where is it? And it's not quite coming in the timing or the timeline that we're wanting it to come in or show up or manifest in. So it's the pros and cons of like connecting more into like, on the one hand, I want to say like slower, it's like slower moving society, but it's actually more of a fast paced consciousness. So what's really interesting about that is our ability to ascend on a consciousness level is quite elevated. I almost want to say escalated, but like we can't be fast paced in all aspects because it would interesting. Something I observed, it was so funny too that we were talking about travel earlier, some of you guys being called to take a trip, travel being a theme or thing, going where you feel called to go to, destination cities, super interesting. I was speaking about a little bit earlier Bali, and what was really interesting after living in Western societies for most of my life, I was observing physical reality in Western societies is very fast paced. Everyone's rushing and moving very fast and quickly throughout the day, and work day is fast paced. But consciousness wise, pretty slow in terms of spiritual development, but fast paced society. And then I was noticing it's the opposite in Bali. The day to day life is very slow pace, but the consciousness is very fast paced in the sense of like lots of things happening spiritually, and like one day can feel like weeks in terms of healing and on an energetic level. So they're showing me the natural cosmic balance of life. So inherently and innately feeling, well, not feeling, but like there needs to be a natural balance. We can't be all yin or all yang. It has to be a balance of both. So the more we actually lean into slowness, interestingly, in our day-to-day physical reality, certain things may come through slowly, but we'll be able to escalate and elevate quite fast when it comes to our consciousness and developing that. And what's interesting, they're showing me in terms of certain manifestations coming through in the cart before the horse energy, other things needing to happen before something else comes through. But specifically, this is what's interesting with like heightened and elevated consciousness, you actually can bring things into your reality relatively fast and quickly, but it depends on what it is and how much you care about it. So we tend to be able to bring in things really fast that we don't care about versus bringing things in that we care a lot about tends to take longer. Have we noticed this? They're also showing me sometimes big ticket items taking longer as well, but it really depends on the person. And notice like this is when I don't even like necessarily the word manifestation because I feel like there's so much jargon about it online, but when I teach people, honestly, it's just like how to work with the energy and like tell the energy what to do, which is essentially manifestation. When you manifest things that you don't care about, they tend to come in because you don't care about them. So there's like a detachment to it. And so I always say to start small in terms of, oh, thanks, The Matrix. Love the username for the gift. Also, yeah, drop note in the comments if any part of the collective is resonating. I also feel like the collective's a bit all over the map because there's like certain people going through certain experiences, other people going through, oh my goodness, other people other experiences. I will say, everyone have manners, and I will stop going on live if people can't behave. So that's a loss to you all and like the free channeled messages that I share with each and every one of you. So we're really trying to preserve the energetic integrity of the spaces and places that we take up space, but also knowing our worth, our value, and our boundaries and what we will and will not tolerate. So boundaries have also been a really big theme lately as well. And truly, it's like, I was talking with Jess about this yesterday. I'm like, I wish we could just cherry pick who's in the live, and we love like new spiritual baddies or anyone who comes in who's new, that's in energetic alignment, but there's just a lot of riffraff online and on the internet that I wish we could just like make sure none of that got in here. But nonetheless, we're just doing a collective message for anyone who, I feel like I might get some oracle card pulls, and we can do that with the collective too. The list is open for anyone who does want to hop on. I'm not going to be on live that long just because we got on live so late. The things you really want to bring in seem to take forever. Yeah, exactly. So in that case, I always say start small. Like just manifest small, seemingly insignificant stuff that you don't care about. And then once you develop the feedback loop of like, okay, I can manifest stuff I don't care about relatively fast and quickly. And then you can start to pivot that to like, okay, something that you do really want. It's usually the attachment. They're showing me in the sense of it's like ties. It's the attachment to the thing that we want that prevents it from coming in, which is literally the most annoying thing. That's often when they say like when you detach, you're able to like fully release. It's either release. I almost want to say like pivot and heal all spectrums of like our attachment to something, whether it's a good or a commodity or something energetic or whatever it is that you're manifesting. Oh, I love the mermaid username, whoever just joined in. Staying hydrated is also super important. Yeah, you absolutely can manifest things you're fearful of. Fear is a very powerful emotion. Oh, really good example. We'll do a story time with that. I actually have a friend who she's afraid of snails, which when she told me that, I thought, I mean, like on a regular level, it was like, girl, what? Trying not to make fun of her. And she, for whatever reason, has a fear of snails. And because of that, she saw snails everywhere. And I was like, girl, that's a you problem. Like, I don't see them. It's not my thing. Like, the only time I see a snail, it's very rare, maybe once or twice a year, is when the universe is trying to tell me to slow down if there's like a snail that crosses my path, but it's very rare. So nonetheless, fear magnifies itself, and it's a very powerful emotion. And you're right, when was the last time you saw snails? Anyways, but she would get them in, like, she would literally go to a restaurant and order a salad and there'd be like a live snail in it on accident. And I'm like, girl, that's not normal, because like whatever you place your attention on, and especially like fears amplify itself, it tends to attract it in, especially with relationships and connections like that too. So if you have like a fear of someone cheating on you, you most likely will manifest a relationship where that will happen, because the fear is literally guiding you to like almost overcome it through the experience of experiencing it. I knew it. But that's the thing though, there's certain fears that don't manifest, so it's really nuanced depending on the fear. So for example, like there's certain fears that are simply there. I mean, all fears are there so that you can overcome them. It's really nuanced. It depends on the topic, on what the fear is. Thanks, Jamie, for the koala. You were so sweet. I love that little koala gift. Would you like a free oracle card pull? I'm actually going to go get the oracle